This is Evan, the Xenogears enthusiast, and I will be bringing you a gameplay commentary team deathmatch on Discovery, featuring the M16 with an ACOG. The video and the commentary this time is going to focus on how to play the M16 with an ACOG. I'm just going to jump right into it because there's a lot to say in 7 minutes. The M16 is a starting weapon a lot of people will experience because it's one of the starting classes. It's probably I think it's the best starting class. The MP5K is fine too if you're really comfortable with rush and know your routes. But since a lot of players won't know the maps that well, so they really shouldn't be rushing, the M16 is a kind of weapon that maximizes the style of play you need for a beginner, and it's also a great weapon for the late game. You'll see him running around with an ACOG. The M16 iron sight is kind of funky. I can use it, and a lot of people can, but it's not a big hit. Most people prefer to put a sight on it. I like the ACOG if I'm going to sight it at all, because the M16 is not a close-range weapon by design. It's burst, and it's even less effective close range than the M16 was in Modern Warfare 2, because without stopping power, all 3 bullets have to connect it to one shot. So it's normally like a 2-burst weapon, typically, which isn't a big deal. All the weapons take a little bit more to kill. The only exception being like maybe the FAMAS or the AK-7, or some of the other full auto ARs. Once people are really comfortable with them, they'll get really fast drops on people. But generally, the M16 still kind of reigns supreme at range, and the multiple burst thing is frustrating at times when it costs you a life. It's not a big deal. Also, if you're new to the game, I kind of point this out. I think the best and most efficient kill streaks are spy plane, napalm strike, and probably attack helicopter. If you've been in the game a while, you probably don't need any tips from this video anyway. So you can run your Blackbird, your chopper gunner, and your dogs. But for the purposes of this gameplay, the spy plane, it used to be called UAV in Modern Warfare 2, is probably the most efficient kill streak, because 3 kills is manageable even by beginning players. You just get lucky, or you start getting a good game, get the hang of it. Then that helps reveal players to you to get 2 more kills, which takes you into the napalm. Napalm should pick up a few kills, and maybe you're just going to have your first good game, that'll get you the attack helicopter. If you're new to the game, the attack helicopter is great. Unless it gets immediately shot down, it's going to pick up anywhere between 3 to 5 to 7. You've seen games like in... Oops, accidentally Rolling Thunder myself right there. Rolling Thunder is a pretty awful kill streak, because you could get a Blackbird at 8, which is much better. But that's not even there. Getting into the actual M16 itself, give the ACOG a shot. It gives you a lot of power at range. It's not that great close range, but this weapon is poor close range. First off, you'll see me running Estrella. That's because I'm really comfortable with the M16. I'm pretty much comfortable with it at any range, which eventually everyone kind of gets with all the weapons. You get comfortable using them in their weak spots, even when they're in their weak spots. But I really should be running a secondary. I think the best secondary is like a dual pythons for beginners, single python. Any of the handguns are usable, but of course you can always pick up somebody else's secondary, which is always a good choice if you don't, Pretty much the assault rifles are the best things to pick up as secondary. Shotguns are fine too, but they have a slow swap speed. I don't know if they're any slower than the assault rifle though. So, if you're using the M16 ACOG, your strength is going to be at range. You'll be very accurate, very deadly. The closer they get, the worse off you are. The only exception to that is maybe if there's a sniper, in which case you might want to engage him like mid-range, but you usually don't get to handpick stuff like that. That guy got me. That's kind of sad. I thought I got away from him. That's the thing I'll point out real quick. If you get engaged by someone and they kind of get the jump on you, it's usually best to run than to try to find them and open fire. Just run in some zigzag, run in some random pattern to try to get away from the fire. The best M16 class for beginners, I recommend it to everybody, is probably a reflex or a red dot. But barring one of those, grab a secondary pistol you're comfortable with. Try them all out. They're cheap and they're all worth trying. They're all fine. Then take probably Sleight of Hand Pro, because it'll let you scope faster, and if not that, then run around with Harden Pro. Harden Pro makes it so you don't flinch and you shoot through cover better. That's great for the M16. So try that out. So you want to maximize your long distance line of sight, as I already pointed out. A little later in the video, someone's going to engage me close range, and I'll show you what you can do with the M16 to try to mitigate those losses, or mitigate that disadvantage. You should probably use an motion sensor or a claymore, which is one of the first equipments you should buy. It's really cost efficient. It'll keep your KDR up, and your KDR is really important for team deathmatch, which is what most people are comfortable with at the start of the game. And defending flags is not embarrassing, and guys, really camping is not that bad of a, especially if you're new to the game. Just learning to shoot across distances is a great thing to learn. You shouldn't really be rushing until you know the maps. So, and here's a good tip here with any weapon. I'll see my ally get gunned down here, and I kind of think I can go over here and get both these guys, and no, I just get tore up. Never do that. It's pretty obvious I was going to lose that firefight. Alright, and here comes the close range. I see this guy get the jump on me. Most people in this game love to panic knife, because I think the knife is overpowered, and apparently they do too. So if they try to rush you and knife you, just start backpedaling in any direction you can, and spraying the M16 as fast as it fires. Try to keep him towards the center of your screen, and you'll get people you didn't think you could get. Like, I thought that guy had me, and I still got him. And I've had much closer calls than that worked out. It fires a little quicker than you think. It's no G11, but it still fires quick from the hip, and it's pretty lousy close range, but you should never give up. You'll see I'm using dual mags and ACOG. You don't really need the dual mags at all. I actually think Warlord, or excuse me, I actually think Sleight of Hand or Hardened would be better, but I kind of just run with what I want to these days. I don't necessarily always try hard classes. So this is a great map for it. I wouldn't pick this on a map where there's a lot of covers and line of sight issues. Those are more suited for assault rifles, all-purpose weapons, submachine guns, things like that. Come out here and get the knife on this guy. I see on my spy plane that I'm sort of surrounded by people. They're coming from the back there, and I think there's a guy coming back towards my side of the map, my spawn, so I'm kind of twitching around. I don't want to stay in one place too long, because I'm not a silenced weapon, so every time I fire, I'm going to attract enemies like a moss to a flame, and eventually I'm going to screw up and they're going to get me, or I'm just going to get overrun. See, I was on the map there, and I knew I was going to get swarmed by his ally there, so I pulled back and take him out easily. That's the best way to win those engagements where you're unprepared for, just back out and try to let them come to you. And if they don't engage you, that's fine, let the kill go. It's better to let the kill go than take a likely death to try to pursue the kill. This match is going to come to an end. There's a lot more subtleties to using this weapon I might talk about in another video. But I've kind of given you guys the basics. Keep your distance as much as you can. Don't move around too much. This isn't really a weapon that's designed to take you around the map. Just kind of hold a position, hold different positions. Don't stay in one spot the whole game, but kind of slowly work your way around the outsides of the map. Never go towards the center. Just shoot inward towards people in the center or across the map with your lines of sight. Match is over, as a lot sooner than I thought. A quick match. I was surprised at how one-sided this was, considering they had so many high prestiges on their team. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and leave a comment, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you can. I've been asking a lot, but I'd like to see how these videos are doing, especially videos like this. I don't really do how-to tutorials very much. Final score was 23-3, and the video's been long over. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it.